It's your man who did it this time. I know it's been a minute, something like a long time. About to drop another reality clip, man. Dream or distraction? Question mark. Dream or distraction? So as of late, y'all already know that these so-called holy holidays are approaching us. And I'm not Mr. Scrooge. I'm just telling it like it is. I've been seeing a lot of fantasy being promoted more than ever. Watched a little bit of the Jackson State. I want to say they was playing North Carolina Central or North Carolina. No, it wasn't North Carolina State. I want to say the Jackson State game. And I've seen a lot of Wakanda Forever promotion and different hand signs as if Chadwick Boseman is still with us, throwing up that sign, even though it kind of looks like Skull and Bones, but that's another video for another time. And I'm saying that, obviously everywhere we go, they have like sleigh bells and fake soldiers and toys and Santa. And I'm also seeing with the media, bills being passed, love is love, code words. Meanwhile, it amazes me that we're seeing different people in different lands being persecuted for religion. Now, obviously, I don't identify with the Western world's view of Christianity. But if I had a gun to my head and someone asked me to denounce Christ himself, I could not do that, even though that's a title. We call him Yahweh Shai, some of you else will call him something else. It is what it is, right? So, not to be long-winded, it just seems that the further we go down this rabbit hole, going into 23 now, we keep on following these crazy dreams and they become a distraction. Nothing's new under the sun. Obviously, we know that Martin Luther King himself, real name Michael King, kept trying to promote at one point for everyone to get along and boys and girls will be holding hands. Well, you got that. You got your water fountain. You got your bills passed. Some of them folks blindly did not realize that they were being taken down a dream. And as Martin, so-called Michael King, told us, his dream turned into a nightmare. Maybe because these dreams that we're following, even today in 22 going into 23, are nothing but a distraction. Well, a distraction from what? Who did it? A distraction from reality, dimwit. While you're following the fantasy about the numbers piling up, somewhat exaggerated with Ukraine, and you're following all of these narratives where people are being canceled for comedic relief, believe it or not. Folks setting up different rivals, Saban against Deion Sanders, even though they're in the Aflac commercials. LeBron versus whoever. Biden versus Trump. Biden versus the world. These are all distractions, man. Distractions from reality. The reality is this country's definitely already under famine. Whether you know it or not, you're not eating real food, man. That don't mean that I'm going to go bulimia in any type of way or anorexic or any other eating disorder. I have to eat whatever the land provides. There's a war on real farmers, real people who sit out here and know that their plants and their shrubs and their different crops down to the seed have been sabotaged. All for your own emotional manipulation. All to mess up your effective decision making. That's all a distraction, man. You sitting around worried about, and I'm doing it right now as we speak, making this daggone video. I'm watching the Browns against the Ravens. I'm aware of Deshaun Watson playing and Lamar not. I was raised with football, not on football per se, but with it. It's going to follow me probably to my deathbed. But the difference now more than ever, I realize it can become a distraction. If you get caught up in the alphabet gang, hijacking your NFL, you've been already hijacked your NBA. The other day, I won some tickets to a Penguin game. Let me tell y'all something. God is so good. Abba, the Father, made sure he put up a shield. The tickets were provided to a family who's never been to a hockey game. I myself have never been there either, and I know some of y'all like the Penguins is nice. Well, Pittsburgh's not too nice while they're near that ice, especially if you don't have certain certain pigmentation. But nevertheless, I ain't no coward, man. I just don't have an interest in the sport itself. But if I would have went that day, it was Pride Day. I'm talking about at a hockey game. All of that's still a distraction. They want us all to get on a political football field to sort it out, fight it out, argue it out over things that don't even matter at this point. Folks sitting there talking about, a couple weeks ago, Kyrie and Kanye and soon to be Mayweather, because he soon will lash out about who's really pulling these strings to hurt him and his family. That still can become a distraction. What is the Most High saying to you? Are you following a dream, or has your dream turned into a distraction? Some of your dreams about one day becoming a stakeholder in a business or a franchise, or owning some land, having a variety of firearms and weaponry to protect your family. That's a real possibility. That's a dream. Some of you brothers who still hooping, playing football, working on your fastball, working on your MMA skills and your hands for the boxing ring. That goes without saying. Those dreams are possible. Some of you brothers are inspiring writers, hip hop heads, and you love to rap, or whatever it is that these kids call now, freestyle, trap music, drill music. That's a part of the dream. That is reality still. But the dream of everyone liking you, or you're going to crumble. The dream of one day, for all of you brothers out here who represent those tribes, thinking that the so-called white man will ever hold your hand and tell you everything's going to be okay, and we can work together, and you tell them, I forgive you, master. Man, if you don't get out my face in that Jackson State game, Roger Goodell's nephew, I believe, is on the field with Dion. You can't make this stuff up, man. It's all a distraction. It's a dream that turned into a distraction to make sure that you, as the viewer, patron for some of you all, sitting around with your beer, your pop, or soda, what some of you boys call it, your blunts, you doing all this, watching these fools chase a dream. Some of your greatest musicians and athletes, they're a part of the dream because they're Monarch program. Another video for another time. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. And this is another episode of Reality Clips. Not compared or contrast to an actual movie or a song written by an artist. This is just a question. And the clip should be going through your head. Dream or distraction? I'm out.